What is up, guys? It is Melt, and today I'm gonna be starting off a series that it's basically just to help people get some more information on how to get better, and just to basically help you as an overall player. I was like dreading starting this because a lot of people that I know already do this, and really don't want to like copy them or anything, but um I thought that this would really be an informative video to start it off, and I wanted to see how it would do. So, um, I'm gonna do a MOG class setup video. So basically, I have classes for all the maps because I bought the extra class slots. So I have 5 for each map. I use them, and this is for S&D because I'm not playing respawn due to the age restrictions. So basically, the biggest thing, first of all, that I want to stress is that this is to my playstyle, so this may help you out, but this is mainly for me and to show you how it may benefit me compared to you. So for infection, I'm gonna use this. I would use this class first of all to help with the longer range gunfights and the lack of short range gunfights, which is me not using a secondary. I also use a nade and flak because I will nade B streets, and when I do that, I'm gonna be pretty much really slow coming to mid after I do that. So speed is not really a factor in this one, so I might as well change Afterburner with flak jackets to replace that speed factor. And then my next class will be my VMP with stock instead of long barrel, and then using afterburner. So this class is basically just to help my teammates out on B Street if we're either pushing it on the offensive or helping out my teammates on the defensive. I don't really use this class that often on this map just because the way I play and my teammates play, we seem to kind of mesh better when I use an AR on this map. But if I do use a sub, it is typically this one, and it is to push up mid onto B steps on infection on defense, and that is to get some map control. And the main thing is tack because people like to throw stuns right over mid to you. So that's pretty much the class I would use instead of this one, so you could really replace this one or this one with something else. But this is my second AR class. This is for a faster push if I want to push B Street with my teammates, but we already have 2 subs already, or 1 sub or whatever, and they're gonna get aggressive. This one is, I like to keep at least 1 long barrel and 1 quick draw M8 on, and since I have a quick draw M8, I like to just put a secondary on, which you could either use the LCAR or the RK5. It's really just personal preference. On this map, I would like the LCAR because there's a little bit of more medium range. Like I said, you're not going to get in that many close range gunfights. That is why I do not use a secondary on this one. So that is my infection classes, except for my sniper. This is up to you. This is just like a miscellaneous class. I don't really use this one that often, but when I do, it's to mainly just get picks and play slower with my team. So next one is Fringe, and obviously this is an easily identified class because of the long barrel. Fringe is a very big map, and I'm mainly gonna get to a power position really fast to see if I can see players cross to bombs, or you know, trying to get map control in mid or something. So this one I typically use to get top red really fast on defense and look mid, look top white. Maybe if they're trying to snipe me, I wouldn't really peek those, and then I would look over towards train and small door. So that is what that class is for, and just a secondary, just because if people do get aggressive on train side, then I will be ready with my LCAR if they try and hit me through their window. So the next one is my sub. Like I said, if it's a longer range map, I really don't use subs that often because there are people who like to do certain strats with subs that I don't really like doing. So this one would usually just be for a bomb push if I have active camo because I use camo. So I would try and hit the bomb site really fast. I try to get in their face with the camo, and I would probably get a first blood and or get my teammates to trade my death if I couldn't get a kill. So that was that class. This is another class just for picks. Not really specific on anything you can do with that. This one is my class for if people keep getting in power positions and I can't really take them off of it. For example, if somebody is back red on that annoying rock that people like to sit on, I will nade them off of that or stun them off of that. Or if I am trying to push tin and there's a person on the alley head glitch, which is really common power position on that side of the map, I will typically stun and hit them and have my teammates follow up. So that is for that class. This class is a slower class that I use when we are going to slow things up. You know, if somebody has streaks or something, I'm going to typically nade front red and just look for a pick there, look for one top red. This is just a slower class that I like to use to switch it up if I ever need to. So that was Fringe. Next one is Stronghold. So Stronghold, the reasons I use these classes is because it's really close range. There's not a lot of long range gunfights you're gonna get. So typically I'm gonna be using quick draw instead of long barrel on this map, and obviously a secondary. More often than I do not use a secondary. So this class is for if I'm gonna pre-nade things and then push with my team. So I like to pre-nade either B bomb or on the other side I will nade cut or hut, either just to get a call out or to even get a kill. Sometimes I don't really get a kill often, but it's usually just for a call out or just to, I don't know, kind of warn the other team that I like to nade that. So this one is a slower class, does not have afterburner. I really like to run a secondary if I do run an M8 on this map, so I don't feel like either afterburner or even fast hands is really a big one. So that is where this one comes in. So if I'm going to be pushing on B bomb on defense, I like to throw a trophy and slide to the left and look towards cut right away. And typically people love throwing things at me, so I will need a trophy system for that. And if I were to do instead of a trophy system, if I were to do flak and tack, then I wouldn't get to the bomb fast enough for me to see them cross on hut or cross on cut, and then they see me cross B bomb on hut. So that is the reason I use afterburner on that one. And I also like using quick draw just because it's a closer range map. And then that is where my mana war comes in. I don't really use the mana war often, but since this is such a closer range map, I like to use that with quick draw instead of grip, because I would be getting in obviously faster gunfights that I need to pull up my gun faster. So those are those three. This one is just for if I run a sub. Obviously, if you guys can't tell already, I do not like running long barrel because me personally, my shot gets on faster when I use stock. So that is a big thing. It's just that's where the personal preference comes in. Then there's the afterburner just for speed to hit things with my team. And this class is for if I'm hitting a certain lane with my teammates and I just need to eliminate an area or eliminate a lane with 2 stuns. And I don't really like using tack on this map also, because I put it where if I were in a clutch situation and I ended up using my stuns or whatever and I have tack, this map you jump a lot to, you know, get up the stairs or wall run or whatever, and I don't really want to put myself in a position where they're going to be seeing me and I don't know where they are. So that is Stronghold. Next map is Breach, and this is just a typical M8 class with afterburner, LCAR, and quick draw on the M8s. Again, the red dot, well, I've never said this, but the red dot or elo is completely personal preference. I just like the reflex sight better than the elo sight, depending on map and the situation. So that one is just the basic M8 class. This one is for if I'm going top garden on breach, and I'm going to be looking over B bomb. People love to sit behind the bomb or sit behind the sign or the AC or in construction at B. So I like to use FMJ for that, just to get bullets on them and to get a better advantage on those really good head glitches and cover spots. And this is just to get them off the nade if they end up getting behind the bomb before I could kill them. So that is why I use frag, and I don't use afterburner because it doesn't really matter speed at this point, because I'm getting to top garden right off spawn and I get there way before the other team. So that's not really a big factor. This one is for picks if I ever need to jump snipe top garden or snipe mid. So this one is just my typical subclass if I want to push a certain lane like mid with my teammates. But typically if I'm going to do that, I'm going to be using my tac class because we already know that they're going to be mid map or in a big power position like that. So I just need stunts for that. So that was breach, and the last map is redwood, and this map is a map that could go either way, close range, long range, but typically there's a little bit more long range, but it's really not enough for me to put long barrel on this class. This class is for me to nade dub trees or whatever you guys call it, the mid trees, right away off spawn, and then we will typically push B with this. So I need to be faster to follow up my teammate who hits the tree and then hits the water wall run. So this one is faster, but I'm just going to be looking over his mid after he plants it. This one is just the Man of War class. This is just if I want to hit, if we all want to hit a bomb site together, then I could be ready for close or long range, and then just the pistol. This one is just for long range gunfights if I'm going to be getting ready to push like bridge or something, or it's kind of just an alternate to the first class. This class is just like the Fringe classes, is just to take people off of main power positions that you cannot necessarily get them off any other way, so that is why I would use that. And then this is my basically anti everything class. I will use this to hit, or not hit, follow up my teammate on bridge if we want to make a bridge push on defense. Yeah, on defense. So that has been my class setup video. If you guys want any more of these tips, just let me know in the comments. I'm going to be continuing this with more tips on maps, lanes, and just awareness, more like that. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later.